Hello! In this lesson, we'll start working on a file. Here is our scene. I will turn off some layers so it's easier to work. You can see that all of the objects are nicely placed on the different layers. It's really important to keep the files organized. We'll be using the Rayclone plugin to model windows. We have to start by drawing the spline here. I don't have anything to snap to here. I will place this point here and then move it back. I will move this point as well. Let's rename the spline to keep the file organized and move it to the separate layer. Let's call it BLD_Windows. Now I will create a Rayclone object. You can find it under the ITO software panel. Let's create an object here and go to the Modify panel. We can click here to browse pre-existing presets. It's a great place to start. It can save us some time. Facades can be found under Architecture, Exterior, and Facades. I'll use this preset as a base. Let's click Import Selected. Now we have to choose the spline we drew before. And here it is. Now I will create a second spline on the opposite side. Instead of creating another Rayclone object, we can just attach the second spline to the first one. And the base is done. Now I will show you how to edit this so you get the desirable effect. To edit a Rayclone object, you have to click this icon, which will open a new window with a bunch of nodes. To edit the objects, we have to extract the first, go to Segments menu, and click Extract All. Now you can see that 3 objects have been extracted. If we modify them, the Rayclone object will change as well. I will select them all and move them here. Make sure they are leveled up with the Rayclone object. Now I will move them one by one, so we can see them all. I would like to have just one horizontal mullion, so I will start with editing this piece. Let's convert it to editable poly, so it's easier to modify it. First, I will delete these polygons. And then I will extend these faces all the way down. Great! Now let's make all the mullions taller so it matches the building height. Let's convert it to editable poly in order to get the change on the Rayclone objects as well. Great! Now we can control the horizontal mullion by moving these vertices. I will place these three objects, which were edited on the separate layer, and call it building underscore RealClone underscore height. Here, we can turn off the visibility in the render. All the objects on this layer won't be rendered. Let me show you. I will have to add some light quickly so we can see. We have to select them all and turn them off again. Now it's working. Now let's create a glass panel in the lobby. I will start by drawing the spline as we did before. We have a problem with RealClone here. In this case, we always have to reverse the spline as it shows the back side of the object. Here we go. Let's go back to the lobby panel. I will move the vertices to the correct place. I will duplicate the spline as I want to have a double glass here. Now, I will duplicate the RealClone object we have created before and replace the splines. I will isolate only the object we need, so it's easier to work. We have to move the spline, not the RealClone object. Now, let's create an upper level of glazing. I will copy the splines, but this time I will create a new RealClone object. Let's do it exactly the same way as before. Then, extract the objects and edit them to match the building size. I will create a connection here, so we can position the horizontal mullion exactly in the center. I will move them away and disable renderings for these objects as well. Now, let's add a horizontal mullion to fill the gap between the two pieces. I will copy the existing mullion and modify it a bit. Great! Now let's add materials. Let's open the material editor and open the existing material. I will delete all the materials except the multi-step material. Now add a simple material and see what slots we need. So the first slot is for the mullions material. And the second and third slot is a glass material. I will remove the slots I don't need. I will create a simple glass material. If you use V-Ray, use white color in the reflections and refractions color. In the newer version of the plugins, you can just choose the glass preset. I will add the mullion material to the other objects. Let's see how it looks in render. Looks good. We'll work on the mullion material later on. For now, we just need glass to set up the lighting. The last step of this lesson is to create the entry doors. Let's modify the rear clone object. I will convert it to editable poly and detach the doors. I will actually delete them. Let's modify vertices. Now I will just duplicate this part and move it to the right place. And we're done. In cases like this, I don't care too much about the details as it looks good enough from a distance. See you in the next lesson.